The secret history of financial stress, how it was wired into you, and how to reclaim control. You check your bank account. Nothing physically attacks you. Nothing explodes. Nothing collapses. But your chest tightens. Your breathing changes. Your jaw locks. It feels dangerous. Why? Why does a number on a screen trigger the same reaction as a predator in the dark? Money is a human invention. So why does financial fear feel prehistoric? Tonight, we are uncovering something most people never realize. Your financial stress did not begin with your bills, did not begin with inflation. It did not begin with your job. It began long before money existed, and once you see it, you will never experience financial anxiety the same way again. Before money, there was scarcity. For most of human history, there was no money, no currency, no credit scores, no salaries, no mortgages. There was only survival. For roughly 200,000 years, humans lived in small tribes as hunter-gatherers. Life operated on a simple equation. Do we have enough food? Do we have shelter? Are we safe from predators? Will we survive winter? Scarcity was not psychological. It was lethal. For miscalculated resources, people died. And here is the critical point. Your brain evolved during that era, not during the era of banking apps, not during the era of stock markets, not during the era of digital subscriptions. Your nervous system was shaped in an environment where resource instability equaled existential threat. When food was scarce, your stress response activated. When shelter was uncertain, your stress response activated. When your position in the group weakened, your stress response activated. That wiring never disappeared. It upgraded. The brain that still thinks, you are in the wild. Inside your brain sits a structure called the amygdala. Its job is simple: detect threat, activate survival. It does not wait for logic. It does not wait for context. It does not care about spreadsheets. It scans for one thing: uncertainty around survival. Now here is the modern translation. Money equals access to food, shelter, healthcare, protection. So when your bank balance drops, your brain categorizes it as resource threat, and resource threat historically meant possible death. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational part, might say, it is fine, I will figure it out. But your limbic system says, scarcity detected, prepare for danger. Cortisol rises, adrenaline spikes, muscles tense. You are physiologically preparing to fight or flee from a number. This is not weakness. It is evolutionary inheritance, a first step, and the birth of financial dread. When agriculture emerged around 10,000 years ago, humans settled. For the first time, we could store surplus, grain, livestock, tools, and something new appeared: accumulated wealth. But wealth created vulnerability. If you can store it, you can lose it. In ancient regions like Mesopotamia, clay tablets recorded grain debts as early as 3000 BCE. Loans were common, but if you could not repay, you could lose land, you could lose freedom, you could enter debt servitude. Debt was not inconvenience, debt was existential. The emotional weight of owing something, that tightness in your chest when you think about loans, is thousands of years old. Financial anxiety is not modern, it is civilizational. Status, the hidden driver. Survival was not just about food, it was about belonging. In tribal societies, status determined access. Higher status meant better food distribution, greater protection, more mating opportunities, more influence. Lower status risked exclusion, and exclusion meant death. Your brain evolved to treat social ranking as survival relevant. Fast forward to today. What signals status? Money, income, homes, cars, lifestyle. When someone earns more than you, your brain does not calmly observe. It runs a silent calculation. Where do I rank? This comparison process is automatic. You do not choose it. It is ancient hierarchy monitoring. And here is the distortion. You evolved comparing yourself to 3,100 tribe members. And now, you compare yourself to billions. Social media amplifies the most extreme outliers. Your brain reads it as, I am behind. Historically, behind meant vulnerable. That is why comparison hurts. The industrial shock. For most of history, survival was tied directly to land or trade skills. Then came industrialization. In cities like Manchester, survival became tied to wages. You no longer grew your own food. You sold labor. If wages stopped, everything stopped. This was psychologically destabilizing. For the first time in human history, your survival depended on continuous employment within a complex system you did not control. Scarcity was no longer seasonal. It could be personal, permanent, and deeply shame-inducing. Financial failure began to feel like personal inadequacy. That belief is modern and corrosive. Generational trauma and economic shockwaves. Economic collapses reshaped nervous systems. The Great Depression did not just empty bank accounts. It rewired psychology. Families who lived through it hoarded food, avoided risk, distrusted banks, passed down scarcity beliefs. Then the 2008 financial crisis hit. Markets collapsed. Homes foreclosed. Jobs vanished. Even children absorbed the tension. When parents argue about money, children as nervous systems encode financial instability equals danger. These patterns echo forward. You may be carrying financial fear that predates your adulthood. The neurochemistry trap. Here is where it becomes vicious. Financial stress impairs decision-making. Cortisol suppresses prefrontal function. So when you feel financially threatened, you are less capable of calm planning. This explains panic selling, avoidance of bills, impulse spending, risk paralysis, stress, poorer decisions, more stress. Most financial advice ignores biology, but without nervous system regulation, logic collapses. Why more money does not fix it? If money equaled safety, wealthy people would feel permanently secure. They do not, because your brain measures relatively, not absolutely. If your income rises, your baseline rises. Your lifestyle expands. Your fear shifts from, can I survive, to, can I maintain this? The higher you climb, the further you can fall. Wealth can increase perceived risk. Security is not a number. It is a nervous system state. Manufactured scarcity. Modern economies thrive on comparison. Advertising constantly signals, you are incomplete. You need more, better, faster. Your biology evolved for enough. Modern capitalism promotes never enough. Running prehistoric hardware on hypermodern software. No wonder it glitches. The illusion of control. Humans crave predictability, but modern financial systems are global, abstract, interconnected. Even ancient trade hubs like Mesopotamia operated within smaller systems. Today, one geopolitical event ripples worldwide. Uncertainty fuels anxiety more than actual loss. Your brain evolved in small, understandable environments. Now it lives in complexity beyond comprehension. That mismatch creates chronic vigilance, rewiring financial stress. You cannot delete evolution, but you can work with it. 1. Name the trigger. This is symbolic scarcity, not physical danger. 2. Regulate first, decide second. Calm body before financial action. 3. Build visible buffers. Your brain trusts what it sees. 4. Reduce extreme comparison exposure. 5. Expand identity beyond income. In tribal life, identity was not tied to net worth. It was tied to contribution. Modern isolation amplifies financial fear. Community reduces it. The truth about financial stress. Your anxiety is not a flaw. It is ancient survival code misfiring in a digital economy. You are carrying hunter-gatherer scarcity reflexes, agricultural accumulation anxiety, industrial wage dependence, generational economic trauma, global comparison overload, all inside one nervous system. Money did not invent fear. It activates ancient circuitry. When you understand this, shame dissolves, and power returns. If this changed how you see your financial stress, do not let this insight fade. Pause right now. Take one action today that signals safety to your nervous system. Not to impress others, not to chase status, but to build real stability. Maybe that means opening your accounts calmly instead of avoiding them, starting a small emergency buffer, reducing comparison triggers, learning a new skill that increases resilience, having an honest conversation about money without shame. And if you found this valuable, subscribe, because we are not just talking about money here. We are talking about reclaiming agency from ancient wiring. We are talking about upgrading survival software for the modern world. And most importantly, we are talking about breaking the silent cycle of financial fear that controls millions of people who think they are alone. You are not broken. You are wired for survival. Now it is time to evolve consciously. Do not forget to click like and drop a comment. It helps the channel, and I will see you in the next one.